Hey everybody, I just wanted to get on here real quick and talk a little bit about the step 1 of my anti-parasitic protocol. I've come up with 3 steps that basically take you through the whole process of getting rid of parasites and keeping them away sustainably. So I thought of this because I just did a giveaway in my group. I have a group on Facebook that is called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. And in that group, where anyone can join, so if you'd like to, you can go over and find that group and join and cleanse with us together, or just learn, or sit on the sidelines until you're ready to jump in. But basically anyone can come and just kind of learn what we're doing in there and learn about the 3-step parasite cleansing protocol. I always do it over the full moon because according to my research, that's just when it's most effective for several reasons. The parasites are more vulnerable to our efforts to eliminate them because a lot of them will move into they can be all over the body for the rest of the month, but they'll move into the digestive tract during the full moon to lay their eggs. So they've got these little signals that they just get signals to go into our gut to lay eggs during that time. So there's scientific reasons for that, and I have explained those in other videos. So if you want to see those, definitely go look in my timeline, and I've got a couple of playlists in my timeline, or in my profile. Sorry, we're on TikTok, not Facebook. But I've got a few playlists in my profile on TikTok, and you can find answers to questions there, like why I do it on the full moon, and just a little bit more explanation about the 3 steps and kind of the research that I've done around it. So if you want to join the group where we cleanse together, it's called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. It's actually linked in my profile too. There's a link there. If you click it, there's like a list of links, and one of them is to just go to join the free group there in Facebook. So you can just click that and then click join and put a little note about why you're there and what you're trying to do, what you want to heal, and I will know that you're not a bot and I will let you in. So the group is growing really fast, and I decided to do a giveaway of the step 1 portion of my protocol for parasite cleansing in celebration of having 1,000 members. And now I kind of dragged my feet just a little bit, but I said, let's do this giveaway. And I, had a post where everybody entered, and I just did the giveaway just a few minutes ago. And now the group is up to almost 2,000 people, or it's approaching 2,000 people. I think it's around 1,700 now, but it's growing very fast. So definitely come and join us if you would like to. And I probably will do these step 1 and maybe other things too, but at least step 1 of the protocol, I'll do these giveaways probably pretty regularly, either as a milestone when we get to certain group milestones, or I may start doing them once a month or something like that. So anyway, I just gave away this, which is the step 1 of my 3-step parasite cleansing protocol. And basically the point of this is to open up detox pathways, to support the liver and the kidneys, and also to seal leaks in the gut. And when you are doing a parasite cleanse or any kind of detox, sealing leaks in the gut, opening detox pathways, and supporting liver and kidneys and other detox pathways is vital, because you definitely don't want to get sick, right? So basically when we do a parasite cleanse, especially something that is going to directly attack parasites, which is what most parasite cleanses are, they do that in a number of different ways. It can either poison them or it can physically cut them. But anyway, the whole point of a parasite cleanse is to kill parasites, right? And so parasites don't like to be attacked. Surprise, right? But basically they will fight back. So they'll kind of release toxins into our bloodstream, and we will feel very sick because they're doing that, right? So we can mitigate and prevent this in a couple of different ways. The first way is with step 1, because if you open up your detox pathways and you support your liver and your kidneys and all of that, then everything can flush out as quickly as possible and you won't feel sick, okay? Or at least you can, mitigate it as much as possible. Like maybe you just get like a slight headache instead of like a full-blown like flu-like reaction, something like that, right? But you can prevent yourself from getting sick by doing step 1. That's the point of step 1. And so there's just basically some really good herbs in here for soothing the gut and for sealing the leaks in the gut. And it also helps to clear blockages in the liver and the kidneys. Even kids have done this. And it's just been really effective for like people pass like liver flukes and other parasites just on step 1. So many people have parasites. We all basically have them. And if you've never done a parasite cleanse before, then you're probably going to see something because you've never cleansed before, right? So I don't know if I have any questions yet, but I'll try to answer them if as I see them. But anyway, so step 1 is really important because you want to make sure that you don't get sick when you're doing a parasite cleanse. So it's basically the prep work for doing a parasite cleanse, and it's really important. Okay, it is pretty widely available herbs, very pretty common herbs. It's mostly the slippery herbs for the sealing the leaky gut part, like marshmallow root and aloe and slippery elm and that kind of thing. And then it's got liver support herbs, and it's also got kidney support herbs, and it just does a really good job, and it does it only in 3 days. Okay, and it's also really affordable. So if you go into the links in my profile, you can see links for step 1 and then also step 1 and step 3. And I haven't talked about step 3 yet in this live, but step 3 is just like maintenance. So it prevents the parasites basically from growing back after you kill them, which is important because you don't want them to just come right back, right? Like that's obviously going to defeat the purpose, right? I see a question. How can you heal naturally from a large kidney stone? Okay, so there are a few things you can do for kidney stones. I can kind of outline them here. It's a little bit beyond. So this will help because it has really good kidney support. There are a couple of herbs that you can take to like soften and help break up kidney stones. One of them is called, I think it's called Chandra Piedra. It's, let me look to make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, Chandra Piedra, Chandra Piedra. It's an herb, and basically it's known for helping break up kidney stones. That's like its main purpose, and that's what it's known for. So definitely, or Chanca Piedra, what did I say? Chandra? I said, okay, so Chanca Piedra. Chanca Piedra. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all, but if you Google that, you'll see that it's called the stone breaker. So it's known for breaking up kidney stones. And this also will help support kidney health and help flush things out and stop blockages. Personally, I am of the belief that basically everything is rooted in parasites. Even I suspect, I don't know for sure, and I haven't seen much research on this, but I suspect that stones like liver stones, kidney stones, and gallstones may have something to do with parasites as well. It's just hard to know for sure how all of this works together, if that makes sense. I know the scientific explanations that it's like calcium deposits and all of these things, but definitely some people get them and some people don't, right? So there are factors, right? So definitely look up that herb, Chanca Piedra. And also D-mannose is good because if you have kidney stones, you may have a kidney infection. So that would probably also be really good to take as a support alongside. I have another question. Just joined. Are diatomaceous earth and fenbendazole good for getting rid of parasites? Okay, so yes, those are both good antiparasitics. I like diatomaceous earth a lot because it has a lot of different functions and benefits for people. So I would absolutely recommend diatomaceous earth for sure. Always get food grade, of course. I have another video on that if you want to check in my step 2 playlist. In my profile, you can see a little bit more about what I've said, and I also have an article about diatomaceous earth on my website, which is freedomandcoffee.com. freedomandcoffee.com. Fenben is another story. It is effective. My only problem with Fenben is that it's a pharmaceutical. So I'm not a huge fan of pharma, as you may know. And so basically, if there is an alternative to anything pharma, I will do that instead. So that's your choice. If you want to use Fenben, that's fine. But I would recommend that you absolutely do step 3 in my protocol with any pharmaceutical, just because I feel like pharma meds often come with like a cost, if that makes sense. Like they might do a little bit of harm along with any good that they're doing, just because it's, you know, it's a chemical medicine, right? They have side effects. So I use those. I don't use them at all, but I would just, you know, use it with caution, and definitely focus on healing afterwards and replenishing your gut bacteria. Just be really proactive about that. I also feel like with pharma meds, they can more easily control the supply of those. So if we don't know our other options and they just say, okay, well, we're just going to take Fenben or ivermectin off the market, then we're kind of stuck because we don't know what else to use, right? And there are plenty of other options. Like there are lots of other natural options that we could grow in our backyard or easily get cheaply, you know, and, you know, kind of anywhere. So definitely, I just want everyone to be informed that there are plenty of options for these things that are very effective, that, you know, are very safe, that people have been using for centuries. And we don't have, I mean, while we have Fenben and we have ivermectin, that's great if you want to use it. We don't have to use those, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like we can if we want to, but there are other options. So I just try to educate about that, because there's a, you know, Fenben and ivermectin have gotten a lot of press. So, so a lot of people know about those, and that's fine. Let's see. Hi. I don't know if I have any more questions. I don't think I do. Okay. So if you asked a question and I didn't answer it, just ask it again because I didn't see it. But anyway, so I just gave away the step 1 in my parasite cleansing protocol. And it was fun, and I am going to do a lot more of these giveaways. So if you want to come join my parasite cleansing group, come on over. It's on Facebook, and it's called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. And if you go into my profile, I have it linked. So it's a free group. It's on Facebook. And it's growing pretty fast. We're learning lots of things, and so many people are showing pictures of stuff that they are passing. So if you don't want to see those, you don't have to look. They're just in the comments of a couple of different posts. But if you want to see that stuff, like, come on over and see what's going on, because once people start passing stuff, they start better. One girl posted something. It was insane. It was insane. Like, it was nuts. It looked like, so have you guys ever seen like those pictures of tumors on people's spines where it looks like some kind of alien guy like latched on to the like spinal column or whatever, and they say this is a, you know, tumor, it's cancer, we have to cut it out or whatever with surgery. Okay, this girl picture of something in a cup, a clear cup, you can see it, it's sitting at the bottom of the cup, it's like yellow and it has tentacles, like literally. She passed this thing out of her body by taking an antiparasitic, posted it in the group. It's like just laying there at the bottom of the cup like this. And I was like, oh, what just happened, right? And you know what she told me? She said that her spine was sore. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because to me, that looks like one of those like tumors that I've seen pictures of. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're killing some cancer or something. You know, I'm not supposed to say that, I don't think, on social media. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's what that is. And she said that she was praying the night before, and that basically God told her that the thing that she was dealing with was turning into cancer. So she started crying when I said that, and I was like, wow, this is insane, like mind-blowing stuff, right? But it was insane. Like the thing was huge. It was in the bottom of a cup, and it was like, it had like tentacles. It was crazy. So if you want to see that, come on over to the group. It was nuts. I know a lot of people are like scared of seeing things, and that's the reason that like kind of holds them back from doing the parasite cleanse to begin with. And I'm gonna say that, first of all, not everybody sees stuff. It's not even like that common. I guess it's kind of common to see something, but it's not like as gross as you think. It's not like moving or, you know, like they're dead when they come out, and like sometimes you can't even tell like what they are. Like it might look like watermelon seeds, or like, you know, it could look like food or whatever. Like it's not, and you don't have to look, you don't have to like dig around in there. Like I don't ever dig around in there, but the point is to feel better. The point is to heal, right? The point is to prevent problems, right? So that's what we're doing here. So anyway, don't let that hold you back, seriously, because I have seen so much healing and people are feeling so much better. These things can cause mental illness. These things can cause serious chronic illness. These things can cause autoimmune issues. These things can cause leaky gut, which can lead to all kinds of problems, from food allergies to sensitivities to, you know, digestive problems, and you name it. I mean, I honestly think they cause everything. I think they cause everything, even mental health, depression, anxiety, brain fog, all this stuff. I honestly think that they're causing all of our problems. So don't let like being squeamish hold you back, because if that stuff's in you, you've got to get it out. Okay. We've got to get it out. These are the enemy and they're inside of us. Okay. So don't be scared just because you think you're going to see something. Just get it out. Okay. Don't look, just get it out. I'm begging you. Right. So, there's lots of different antiparasitics, lots of ways to do it. There's even like, you know, frequencies and people zap them and all this different stuff. I haven't even tried that, so don't ask me about it because I haven't done it yet, but, I may try them at some point and I may, show you guys. But anyway, I talk a lot about like just the natural ways to do it. And most of the natural ways are super cheap and easy and not that hard. And it's very simple and anyone can do it, and even kids. And, you know, it's just something that humans have always done for all of human history. So we should all be doing it regularly. I have another question. Is Paragard okay? Yes, I think Paragard's really, really good. It's a really effective herbal antiparasitic. I actually used it, I think 2 months ago during the full moon. So it is very effective. The only thing I would caution is that if you've never done a parasite cleanse before, maybe don't start with it, because I would just caution people who've never done one before to start like more gently. And I usually recommend a frozen castor oil cleanse for the first time, just so you can kind of get your feet wet and like see what happens and how you're feeling, and just so you get a little more comfortable with it, and just make sure that you're, you know, not going to have a bunch of die off from it, which can happen with Paragard. But again, step 1 can really help with that, and also using binders. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a lot of information kind of, but you can go through my playlists and my profile and see more like explanation of what I'm talking about with binders, step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay. And again, we have a group where I talk about it more, and I do giveaways like I did today for step 1. And I just kind of walk people through what to do, and people are asking questions all the time, and I just say, okay, well, this is what I know about it, and this is what I've done, this is my experience, this is what I've seen with other people. And then people are chiming in, and people who have done it before will tell everybody their experience, and it's just a really good like community to do it together. So again, on Facebook, that is called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. And I have a link to that in my profile too, to the group. You can just click on it and go join. Okay. What is the best detox? So there are a lot of different options for detox. If you're talking about killing parasites, there are like a lot of options. If you go on my profile and look under step 2, well, definitely look at step 1 too, because you could call step 1 a detox, I suppose, but it's super gentle, so I don't usually use that word, but it's basically a gut reboot. So this is a good thing to start with to open up your detox pathways. It's sort of like a pre-detox to get you ready so you don't get sick during your detox, if that makes sense. Really important, right? So it seals up leaks in the gut, supports the liver, supports the kidneys, opens up detox pathways. So that's step 1. Definitely look at step 1. Then step 2 is the actual parasite cleanse or detox, right? And there are a lot of options. What I would recommend is just kind of prepare yourself to be doing this regularly. I probably do it 3 to 4 times a year. So traditionally humans have parasite cleansed at least twice a year. And it's needed. Like, we have to do it, right? It's just something that we should kind of work into our schedules. And it's not a big deal. Like, it's pretty chill. Like, it's not that big a deal. I do it over the full moon. Again, we do it in the group together. So I walk people through, especially the first or second time, so that they're comfortable with it and they know what to do. And, you know, once you do something once or twice, you know what you're doing, right? And you can kind of like mix it up a little bit or do what works best for you, right? So I have herbal stuff. Everything I recommend is the natural versions of stuff. Some people like the pharma antiparasitics, but I prefer the natural ones, so that's what I recommend. But if you go on my profile and look under step 2, I have an Amazon store where I've put everything that I like to use in there. So look at all of those options. And feel free to come either join the group or reach out if you have a question. I do have a Google Voice number in my profile, so you can text me or whatever if you have a question. I've been a nurse for 33 years and there's something to this. It just makes sense. Yes. Thank you for sharing that, because you definitely, I'm sure, have seen a lot of things being a nurse for 33 years. But it is definitely, it's a rabbit hole for sure. So if you want to chat sometime, Suzanne, I would be happy to chat. I have a Google Voice number in my profile if you want to text me. And I just love talking about this stuff and kind of like exploring what other people have learned too. It's super fun. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are doing giveaways in my group, which is on Facebook, called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. And definitely come over and join the group. The link to that group is also in my profile, so you can just click it and join that way. What is die-off? So die-off is basically whenever you attack parasites and try to kill them, they are dying and they don't want to die, and they kind of fight back, which parasites kind of spew toxins into our bloodstream when they're dying, especially if they're dying more slowly. So different methods can kill them at different rates or kill them in different ways. And obviously they're going to kind of fight back when they do that. So die off is basically just feeling sick when you're killing parasites. And to avoid die off, I would do step 1, which is in my profile. And also, it's not expensive. Like, this is a 3-day protocol. It's really effective. It's really safe. It's really gentle. Like, you don't have to be running to the bathroom or anything. Super gentle. And it's, if you use my $10 off coupon code, which is listed in there, and if you can't find it, just let me know and I'll give it to you. But it's a $10 off code for anyone who hasn't ordered on that site before. With that code, this can be $16.95. So it's like not even expensive. You know what I mean? So, and it comes free with some of the step 3 protocols. But that can help prevent die-off because it opens up detox pathways and it just lets everything get out as fast as possible. So your body can get rid of it as quickly as possible, right? So that's what die-off is. Another way to kind of mitigate that is to take binders. There's a video about binders in my playlist under step 2. My step 2 playlist, there's a video about binders. I think it's like the 5th or 6th one down. But it's just like activated charcoal, bentonite clay is a binder, chlorella. There's a few different binders you can take. And there's some other ones that are like a combination or whatever that you can find like on Amazon. So taking a binder is highly recommended as well during any cleanse, just to prevent those toxins from like absorbing into your bloodstream. It kind of grabs onto them and ushers them out of the body. So a couple months ago on the full moon, I was doing a parasite cleanse and I started to feel like a headache was coming on. So I took some activated charcoal and it was gone within 5 minutes. I mean, it was just gone for the rest of the day. It was gone. So yeah, diarrhea. Yeah, that can happen. Like anytime you change anything about your gut, like you could get some constipation or some diarrhea or some bloating or a little bit of digestive upset for a couple of days, right? If it goes longer than a couple of days, then you might need to do something about it. But if you're taking if you change your diet a lot, or if you take a new probiotic, or if you're doing a cleanse or a detox, all of those things can happen. Okay. The ones that I recommend, I try to let you know if there's any possibility of that. Everybody's different. So it can be something that happens even if it's not anticipated. But but I usually kind of know like which ones it could happen with, and I'll give you a warning, or I'll say, why don't you try this one instead? Or this is how you can mitigate it, or, you know, prevent it, or whatever. So, so those are just things that can happen with healing. It's not always the most fun thing, but it's definitely worth it. Oh, thanks so much, Annie. Should she still continue? It was long, about 2 weeks. So she had diarrhea for 2 weeks. What were you doing exactly? So sick from ivermectin. Okay, so she was taking ivermectin and was having diarrhea for 2 weeks. Is that what you're telling me? If that's the case, see, I'm not an expert on ivermectin because I don't like it, because it's pharma. So I haven't ever taken it myself. It's possible that maybe, I don't know, I'm assuming you're going by the weight chart and not giving her too much. There are natural things that you can give her instead if you want to try something else. Diarrhea for 2 weeks is not a good thing, so I would definitely, like, if it just kept going, I would stop giving it to her, because you don't want her to, you know, get dehydrated or nutrient depleted or anything like that. Yeah, if it's more than a couple days, then maybe stop and reevaluate. Maybe give her something else, or, you know, take a break and try something in a couple weeks or something like that, because that's a long time to have diarrhea. Okay. Yeah, pencil tip. Okay, I mean, it sounds like you're not giving her too much, but yeah, I would definitely probably stop, at least for a couple weeks, and see if you want to either try again or give her something else, if that makes sense. Again, I'm not an expert on ivermectin because I haven't taken it personally. I'm just not a huge fan of pharma anything. So I would rather do the natural version if at all possible. So you could try something else. Like you could give her diatomaceous earth, or try wormwood, or just a blend of herbs. Or, I mean, how old did you say she is? Did you say she's 11 or something? I'm not sure if you told me her age, but let me know her age. But she could do this step one. It's super like gentle, and it helps with leaky gut, and it helps with detox pathways and all of that. Oh, she's 25. Okay, so she's an adult. Okay. Yeah, I would probably, yeah, if she's had diarrhea for 2 weeks, I would just stop for a little while and see what happens, you know, and try to get that under control, and then reevaluate after that. But maybe come over to the parasite cleansing group on Facebook. It's called The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. And we can discuss it over there, or you can message me, and I can, you know, give you some recommendations of what I might suggest in that case. Okay. Any other questions? Hi, Macho Mama. Good to see you too. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad you're here. Okay, well, anyway, so I guess that's about it. If you want to go through the 3 steps in my parasite cleansing protocol, so like the reason I have 3 steps is to try to prevent die-off and prevent getting sick in any way. Obviously, I can't know everybody's situation, and I can't, you know, everything doesn't work the same for everybody, but I do my best to try to help people be conservative and careful in the way that they do it, and start slowly and work their way up and that kind of thing, because some people are in, you know, pretty dire straits. Some people are very sick, and they do need to start slow and be gentle with their bodies. I would never go in hard and fast just with like step 2, just killing parasites left and right, especially if you've never done it before, and especially if you have like any kind of like sickness where you do suspect there is a pretty bad issue going on. So I do have things that I recommend for like the first time you do a cleanse. That's pinned to the top of my profile if you want to go look at that. It's the frozen castor oil cleanse. And I always recommend starting with step 1, which again, it's gentle, it's affordable, it's easy, it's only 3 days. I mean, I can't recommend this thing highly enough. If you use my $10 off coupon code, it's only $16.95. And so you can find that step 1 in my profile. It also comes free with a lot of the step 3 recommendations. They're just gut healing protocols that help to prevent the parasites from growing back. Also very highly recommended. I think step 3 is probably the most important step, because you don't want to go through all of this effort and like, you know, see everything that happens and feel the way you're feeling, and then, you know, kill all these parasites and then have them just come right back. Like, you don't want that to happen, right? So that's why I have all 3 steps, okay? All 3 steps are important. So could parasites be the cause of high blood pressure? I definitely think so. I'm going to just, you know, preface this by saying this is all my opinion. I've done a lot of research. These are the things that I've discovered. But yes, I do think so. I've seen many people remedy and heal from the root these things by addressing parasites and gut health. So that's definitely something that you should try because it can't hurt, right? Definitely do that. I've seen a lot of people heal and like bring their blood pressure to normal levels by healing in this way. So that's what I'll say. I'm not allowed to, you know, give any medical advice or, you know, address diagnoses directly, but that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of people address them that way and with good success. So come on over to my group, The Truth About Parasites, How We Heal. It's on Facebook. There's a link to it in my profile. And you can come over and we're going to do more giveaways like this step 1 giveaway that I did today. And I'm sending this one out as soon as I get the person's address today. And I will be doing another one pretty soon because we're almost at 2,000 members in the group, and it's only, I think, 3 months old, 2 or 3 months old, at least with the focus on parasites. So I hope you guys are doing well today, and happy Monday, and I will talk to you all again soon. Have a great day. Bye.